fellas, we have time for just one more segment. And, of course, it's time to take a look at our jam of the week.
Jam.
Yeah. Oh, you can hear it now echoing over the Magic City. Of course, it is Limp Bizkit's 2000 hit, Rollin'.
Yes.
They had to retire that one on TRL.
Michael, I know you be loving this shit right here. LIMP Bizkit is right here. But what we're going to do...
Strangely enough, I did once meet the guitarist for Limp Bizkit, but that's a story for another.
Is
he running for mayor?
Oh, he might be coming up here in just a moment.
He's the shit.
He's the acceptable...
Really nice guy, actually.
No, he's cool. I like him.
One, the real artist.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, have you ever heard Big Dumb Face?
I went to a Big Dumb Face show when I worked at the X.
Oh, really?
With Ross Perot.
They put Ross Perot. And backstage, and he's just sitting there waiting to go on. I'm like, dude, I got to ask, Limp Bizkit, what's that about? He's like, money. I'm like, fair enough.
Yeah,
Good on you. But you know what? That's actually their most tolerable song.
Oh, sure. Well, and
if you're going to soundtrack the destruction of Woodstock '99, that's the jam to do it to.
Well, so we've highlighted some Limp Bizkit tracks in the past. Corona Diaries 54, we did Break Stuff. Corona Diaries 77, Nookie, and Corona Diaries 103, My Generation. But now it's time to go back to the Matthews Bridge in Jacksonville, Florida, and check out the comment section for Rollin' by Limp Bizkit. This video, 218 million views and 47,764 comments, and y'all, I found the best.
Gosh, you sifted through. You did your work.
Sifted. So let's dive down into this extensive comment section. The people have a lot to say about Rollin'. First up, Kirill Dreamer from 2 months ago.
At reset.
Did
you hurt yourself?
The amount of balls and butts banging here is insane. True masterpiece for us old school soldiers. And they spelled
during an orgy?
And I want to spell out how they spelled soldiers. SOLDJAHS. Soldiers.
Okay, yeah. Touche.
Yeah, the Rastafarian Navy.
Yeah.
The Rastafarian military is in the house. The soldiers.
Yes.
The foghorn is the bear, bear, bear.
Yeah.
That is it. I've never heard a jumping party described as butts and balls banging. You hear me?
Yeah.
So many butts and balls banging.
That's a swingers party.
That
is.
track on that stereo.
That's all it's going to be.
Butts and balls banging everywhere, man.
I also like that, they're highlighting the,
Will spontaneously turn back.
I like that it runs the spectrum of, the best nether region versus the worst. They're together, clanging, This next up, Guy and Girl from 1 year ago. Fred punches the camera in every Limp Bizkit video, and it turns me on.
Wow.
All right.
That is sad.
Somebody's a masochist.
Guy and Girl sounds like Guy got caught cheating and they have the same profile.
Yes, indeed.
That's what it is. Singular taste.
It seems like it'll be like Brian and Mary Marshall are always the people.
Fucked up.
They are always the people that say the most fucked up shit on Facebook.
Right.
And it's the easiest takedown where you just reply, they'll say something fucking racist or transphobic. You just reply, okay, who cheated on who?
Yeah.
And then and it's done. What else are they going to say?
I've always had a theory that shared Facebook profiles are a guy who has gotten in a relationship with a known whore. And he's like, listen, I love my wife, but that pussy needs a chaperone.
Yeah, we just got to.
You're messaging both of us, buddy. Can't let her out of the house without a leash.
Got to put a leash on that one.
Facebook is the chastity belt of the internet.
Yes, indeed.
The Matthews Bridge, though, you know what I thought that was for so long? I thought he was referencing that bridge that Dave Matthews Band dumped all that shit off.
Pooped on in Chicago?
Yeah.
That's in Chicago.
I always thought that's what he meant.
Look, given the opportunity, having to choose between listening to Dave Matthews or Limp Bizkit, I'm going with Limp Bizkit.
Honestly, yeah.
Well, you and this guy, Richard Meadows from 2 weeks ago. I'm still rocking to Let Bizkit in 2022. I wish you'd come back to Florida because I'm in Florida. So look for seeing if you can come back this day soon and to tour and to have great day. And keep on biscuit going half. You had your biscuit today? Rock on, man, and have a great day. And now, enough of that. Let's get on with the biscuit. You still rock, man. Hope to see you soon in Florida. Rock on.
Hey, this is a YouTube comment section, not Fred Durst's fucking personal emails.
I don't know how you guys decide where you go. I don't know how you book your tours, but you got a pretty big fan down here in Polk County.
Yeah.
Could you please just come to Florida for the kids?
Look, I lost my job because I licked a couple of kids, and I just need to see.
That guy sounds like he has a massive head wound while typing that.
Well, there's no punctuation. I'm assuming a great deal of punctuation in my
I don't know about you guys, but I love Let Bizkit.
Yeah, he loves Let.
Is great band, Let Bizkit.
Peachy Googles from 1 year ago.
Now we're talking.
That's what you're not going to do is try to punk someone for drag when you driving Louis Corona's car. But then I heard Elsa at Northbuck Apartments by the dumpster, the one with the bathroom that leads to the room, say a big-ass lie because she says, turn, turn, turn. Meanwhile, at the Dinkelberg's mistress's mansion house next door, young Isaac is dressed warmly because he's using his sister's spy gear, and she's the true and real lava girl and doesn't make Max wear nothing. She just lets him be himself and asks first what he likes. And by the way, anybody making fun of teeth, you're going to be judged the harshest. I can't even imagine from my empathetic state, I'll have to seek the one responsible for breaking a child's heart just for teeth.
What the
Sounds
heck?
like, okay.
Person
a lot.
has ingested
That was a lot.
copious amount of aristocrat vodka.
Yeah. Aristocrat and Volt.
But okay, yeah. That,
I mean, there's a little bit of that in there,
Have
too.
both. I think it's both.
I gotta say, that is obviously Dada nonsense, but the phrase "meanwhile at the Dinkelberg's mistress's mansion house" is such a beautiful, just phrase. Yeah, it's poetic.
That person
That's a Yo
dropped
Latingo
some
album.
acid and started watching Fairly Odd Parents.
Yeah. Like,
Dinkelberg.
Dinkelberg's throwing a good soiree, man.
I mean-
You've been to a Dinkelberg party.
honestly, it sounds like like Blonde on Blonde era Dylan. Like I can hear.
Yeah.
Meanwhile at the Dinkelberg mistress mansion house next door. Love Isaac dressed warmly because he uses his sister's spy
Yeah,
gear.
I see. You got to use the spy gear one.
Yeah,
Use his sister's spy gear.
fantastic. Gin MC from 11 years ago. That's right. We're taking it all the way back.
Blast from the past.
This video. Oh, and I should say, if you haven't seen the video in a while, we're obviously watching it right now. It is filmed on top of the North Tower of the World Trade Center,
Yeah.
and the day before.
last great use.
Yeah, that's right. Well, that's honestly why it was targeted. The day before 9/11, Limp Bizkit received a letter from the World Trade Center that's dated September 10th, thanking them for filming the video of the year for MTV on top of their building. And then Fred has that framed in his office.
They just get
Biden's face turned so red.
Yeah. Well, so to that point, Gin MC from 11 years ago. This video gives me serious chills. Creepy. Filmed on the Twin Towers before the attack. Especially the guy dressed like a skeleton. Referring to Wes Borland.
Wes?
I thought it was filmed during that.
Makes you wonder if this was some kind of video to celebrate the 9/11 that was going to take place. Think about it.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and Paul McCartney's dead on their fucking album.
If you look at the video and you pause it, the ribs, the bones in the rib look like an 11.
That's right. That's right.
If you look sideways.
I do think it's funny.
Can you imagine if they'd have been filming that video during 9/11?
Oh my god.
How Congress would have made Limp Bizkit the official band of America.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like, Limp Bizkit would be so fondly. It's nuts to think.
There would be a golden statue somewhere in this great country.
You could never trash talk
right
Limp Bizkit
on
again.
top of the Freedom Tower.
Yeah.
Would be a 30-foot tall solid gold statue of Limp Bizkit doing their thing.
No. It would
Just a
just be
giant
the red.
backwards
It'd be
cap.
the red hat. Giant
it would be
red.
an angel with a hat backwards.
I think that it's funny that he has that framed when it's just like they get like put in the middle of so many fucking disasters, like fucking Woodstock. They pretty much caused that.
Yeah, that's true.
And then the next day, fucking 9/11 happens where they were at.
Hands down.
By the way, if you go back about 10 years in any YouTube comment section, you find the strata, much like the irradiated layer of meteorite that killed the dinosaur at the KT boundary. About 10 years ago in YouTube comments, you find where Vivo was invented. Because Vivo, when they started putting out official music videos on behalf of the record labels, they would put out these censored versions that they aired on VH1 and MTV. So you find all these people being like, why did they say fuck? So to that point, High on Air X from 10 years ago. Fuck and shit without Limp Bizkit is like Jesus without God, Black without White, Bob without Marley, Vivo without a dick. Censor this, bitch. So he's a little...
Hey, I like that last
poetic.
line. Vivo without a dick.
Bob Marley is the name of a group.
Finally, someone gets it.
Bob without Marley.
Bob without Marley.
It's like Jackson without 5.
Yeah.
Could you imagine Bob without Marley? Jesus
It's
Christ.
hard. It's hard to imagine, though.
I did like the last line, though, Vivo without a dick.
Yeah, that's what he's saying.
is
he's
that?
mad at Vivo. This one actually relates to Birmingham, and it relates to our Patreon episode number 20 that we did with Nick Thomas, where we discussed Fred Durst's movie, The Fanatic, starring John Travolta.
Filmed right here.
Right here
Yes.
in Birmingham,
Alabama.
Exactly.
Home
So-
of the undefeated Birmingham Stallions.
That's right. That's right. So this has to do with that film. John Travolta is playing an obsessed fan named Moose. So with that in mind, DeButt Snarf from 2 years ago.
Good
The
man.
butt snarf.
Doing the butt snarf.
That's a
Old
new metal
Thundercats
band
cartoon,
name.
Snarf was thick in a motherfucker.
Yeah. Snarf.
Greetings. I'm Michael Musatos. I am Moose. I wrote the original story for The Fanatic with Fred Durst 12 years ago. I did the autograph collecting, 10 years as a side gig. I wrote Moose, also titled Mr. Moose Has a Weapon. As an overzealous fan, I am not a man-child. They cut me out of the part that I had in the film, as well as any type based on or inspired by me. No credit given. To distance themselves, they are saying Spectre Man-Child Travolta in Florida. My photo did appear at the cut I saw. A reviewer mentions the photo. Fred Durst did not write this for John Travolta. We, over the years, filmed the little scenes. It was going to be a small $300,000 indie film like Halloween. Fred Durst and me, Moose. Over the years, other stars were attached to play Moose and the Hunter Dunbar character. I want the truth out there. Thank you, Michael Moose Satos.
Yes. Finally, where we can get to the bottom of this, the comment section
Yeah.
on YouTube.
Yep.
That's yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, he's making sure everybody knows his story.
Don't go to an entertainment lawyer. What you want to do if you have a problem with Hollywood,
Spill it all there.
find a song that is loosely affiliated with the film you're talking about.
Well, this is
Very
equivalent
under the
to if you make an invention and you mail it to yourself, then that's legal. That's what that's the equivalent of.
I love it when people are always try to like get the credit when something like blows up.
Yeah.
They want people to know they're involved, and it's just like nobody gives a fuck,
Nobody,
man. It's just like,
especially
listen,
this.
this is a #1 hit song for Chris Brown.
Yeah.
Nobody gives a fuck that you wrote it. All
Yeah,
right?
nobody fucking
Just
cares,
no-
man.
don't tell people that nobody's gonna be like, well, we got to give this guy all the Grammys and all the stage
never,
time.
ever
We want to hear
works.
this guy singing and dancing. Nobody gives a fuck about
It
you.
never
I
works.
actually am Moose, and I wrote that movie. Well, let's get that guy a deal in Hollywood.
Right.
Yeah, what? Can you do anything else?
Yeah.
Yes, now I don't give a
Into that
fuck.
Chris Brown song.
Well, I just wanted to highlight.
Banger by Mike McCall.
Yeah, I just wanted to highlight the complaint of the real life Moose from the
Interesting.
classic film The Fanatic, directed by Fred Durst.
Has that movie
That
been
movie
released
that
yet?
pushed Fred Durst to the top of Hollywood's mountain.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Everybody was like,
He just left me behind.
yeah.
Released it on the CWC.
We Nick and I talked about it for the Patreon back in 2020. It got released directly onto Amazon, basically.
Okay.
yeah.
And finally, John Ferris from 6 months ago.
A normal name.
I went to see Limp Bizkit, Cypress Hill, and Method Man. It was a free pop-up concert.
It's almost a perfect concept.
The line for Tix was insane in the membrane.
Yeah, I get it.
All caps. I was standing in line with my people, and a guy came up to me and asked if I had a doobie. He was a local DJ.
Cool.
I gave
Awesome.
I gave him some loose weed. He asked if I wanted to comment on live radio, And then KLOL Rock Station and his on-air rival, a guy by the name of Outlaw Dave, he looked to be about 70. I said my little line, and I made a joke about Outlaw Dave, and it killed. Then I went behind the aerial theater with a chick to fire up a fucking badass tour bus come into that bitch sideways, and it was none other than Limp Bizkit.
The gods themselves.
Some guy with a painted face threw up the horns at the chick that I was smoking weed with, and she handed me the 2-paper joint and took off running towards the bus. I just sat there and smoked loud. That day is forever burned in my mind.
How did their biggest fans not know Wes Borland's name?
That's
but
why
we do.
That's why I wanted to highlight that one, because I'm like, literally, if you
I
can,
don't like the name.
if anybody on Earth, if you know Limp Bizkit and you know more than one member, that other member is Wes Borland.
Right.
Yeah. Or maybe,
Well, I didn't know who
maybe
Westmoreland
John
was
Otto.
until today. Westmoreland sounds like a sci-fi writer. From the 60s.
Guys, I know you guys are all here fucking limping with the goddamn biscuit. Let me tell you about the greatest day of my fucking life.
Wes Borland, the guy with the painted face.
Dude, I fucking smoked weed with this chick, and some DJ was like, dude, you want to say this is a rocking good time on KLOX, The Thunder? I was like, fuck yeah, dude. And West, some dude with a painted face got off the Limp Bizkit bus, like, hell yeah, brother. And then he took my woman. I just kept smoking, dude. Like,
smoked his weed,
rock
though.
on, brother.
I like that he wasn't even asked to plug the radio station. He was asked to talk shit about Outlaw Dave on some other station.
And it killed.
Yeah, and he
It killed with it.
Yeah, Outlaw Dave's
Burned into my fucking brain, brother.
It's the greatest day of my life, man. He's got it topped up from some fucking Word document.
We're going to get a Peabody Award
If you
for
go to any
this.
new metal song, you guys can find me on there. You'll hear their story over and over and over fucking again.
Yeah, you know the story.
Well, from Magic City, USA, keep rolling, rolling, rolling. That is Limp Bizkit, our jam of the week.